Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elevate Your Business. I'm Jarecki, and I'm thrilled to guide you through today's episode. It's designed to inspire and empower you on your journey to business success. Today, we're excited to have with us Dan Melnick. Dan is the CEO and co-founder of Zing, a software development agency based in Austin, Texas, which primarily focuses on custom software, including mobile apps, websites, and e-commerce. Dan's company was established after a partnership with a developer from Pakistan and another partner based in New Jersey, aiming to offer comprehensive software development services. As Dan joins us on the show, we'll discuss his personal definition of success, key challenges he's faced, and how he's used innovation to overcome obstacles and achieve his goals. So let's welcome Dan Melnick to the show. Dan, welcome to Elevate Your Business. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate it very much. You've got a really interesting journey. Would you mind starting with sharing a little bit more about yourself and your business?
Sure. I grew up in Chicago. My first company was a e-commerce business. I used to go to downtown Chicago and get autographs and sell them online. It was more of a hobby. After that, I really wanted to do something bigger, right? I said, how can I reach more people? I was traveling internationally. People didn't understand autographs. Like, why would anybody want any autographs? So I had this great idea to build a fitness marketplace mobile application and didn't know anything about tech, had trouble finding good developers, had one developer here build a website, a different one build a mobile app. It was not very good. And then eventually I met one of my current co-founders, Qasim Masood. He's based in Pakistan. He built my app for me. But by the time he built it, I said, listen, I spent so much money in this business. I was working full time. I just moved to Dallas, I think, at the time. And I said, listen, I don't want to pursue this company anymore. And he said, well, why don't we work together and start a software business? And we started small on Upwork, and that was his idea. And here we are today. So definitely kind of a crazy story, an unusual story, but I love what we do and I love serving our clients every day.
Great opportunity. Congratulations. It's
Thank
really
you.
cool the way that all formed, and I can understand the challenges, and you had the right opportunity at the right time. Really cool.
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
you've been through a journey. It's a journey for all of us, and it's always wrought with challenges. What are one or two of those key challenges that you've experienced and the lessons learned associated with them?
Yeah, so my last company was not successful. My first e-commerce business I sold for about 30,000. And so I used that money to build my app. I put all the money into that second company. I never made a dollar from it. So for me, it was really just more of learning how to build a company. And I realized I'd rather have a smaller percentage of something bigger than a large percentage of zero, which is what I had in my last company. So that's when I realized the importance of co-founders, having good partners, people who are good at things that you're not good at. Because if you try to do everything by yourself, it's very, very challenging. So that was a big learning experience for me. And also just finding product market fit, right? I was building something, I wasn't sure if people wanted, didn't know the space. So I think for me now, this time around, we've had so many conversations with different e-commerce or different business owners about what we're building and what we do. So it helps us better understand like the market and what do people want? How can we give them as much value as possible?
Outstanding. And so when you consider success at this point in your journey after going through all those challenges, how would you define success today?
I think for me, success is when we can help somebody and get them good results, build them an application or website that they're happy with. And when they're not paying a whole lot of money, right? We try and be an affordable option for our clients because we understand people have budgets, especially in 2024. So how can we give them as much value as possible? Many agencies are either charging a lot because they have developers here in the States, or they might charge a lot less with developers overseas, but there's a huge gap in actual quality in terms of completing work, taking on projects that they can't complete, right? There's a huge gap when it comes to communication. How do you streamline that process? So we bring like the best of both worlds. We've never taken on a project that we have not completed. And on top of that, me and my co-founder, Effie, who's in New Jersey, we work directly with our clients. So there's no gap in communication. Our core team works in US hours. So really for us, giving as much value, having those conversations is super critical because people have questions, they have requirements, different expectations. making sure that we're aligned. There's nothing like it. And yeah, there's a big gap for sure. Many overseas companies where they have that gap and disconnect with time difference, with language barriers, cultural barriers. We try and bridge that gap 100%.
I want to flip that conversation over to the personal side of success. As business owners, we do this for more than just doing the job. We do it for something in life that we're looking to achieve. What's your definition on that side?
Yeah, for me, I mean, from the personal side, so I'm first generation American. My parents are immigrants from Belarus, so they came right before the collapse of the Soviet Union. So for me, it's like being born like in America, being able to accomplish those things. But my parents didn't have the same amount of opportunities that I had, so I don't take that for granted. Like I love this country and being able to work here and being born here. I mean, for me, it's just making my family proud and things that they would not have been able to do just because where they grew up and how they live. So I'm very thankful to be here in America and to be able to achieve those things. I think that's the biggest thing. I work hard every day because I can work for myself, which unfortunately there's so many people today that can't in some countries. So it's being able to be here in America where anything's possible.
As you started your career compared to now, has that definition changed? And if so, how?
Like, I don't think that for me it ever changed. It's
Okay.
always from the time that I was a kid, I always thought about how can I make my family proud and make myself proud of what I'm working on. Like when I was younger, I wanted to be a pro baseball player, and I spent a lot of time, lots of effort. It didn't work out, but I worked, like I trained every day, multiple times a day. Right? I worked really hard. I just wasn't good enough. But I realized with business, it's more of an even playing field. I mean, yes, there's of course some disconnects and some gaps, but it's not like baseball where there's natural talent and athletic ability and injuries and certain things that are out of your control. In business, like it sort of works that way, but you can definitely learn and improve and give value to people. So just asking people, how can I give you as much value as possible? How can I help you? How can I help your business? And that's really been my mindset. It's always service first. How can I help people? It's really, really important.
Outstanding. And so shifting to that conversation around innovation, everything you do is really about innovation, but at the same time, the world's changing at a pace that's just absolutely incredible. How are you leveraging innovation in your business to drive your success?
Yeah, obviously AI is a big hot topic and we're in the space. So we built like an AI chatbot, which is in beta testing right now. It's been a long process and like a long time coming. But how can you leverage AI in the most efficient way is the hot topic. And I think it's important to understand AI is not here to take jobs away, right? There's going to be new jobs created. People have to launch the products, test the products, make sure that they're working properly. There's many organizations, including ours, that where we sit and monitor our products, making sure that they're giving correct information, giving as much value as possible. And on top of that, like many of those jobs in America, it's very hard to find good people that are affordable, that can be around 24/7. So we streamline that process for 24/7 support. That way, our clients' customer service can be as high level as possible. How can you help somebody at 3 in the morning while you're sleeping? Well, the AI chatbot does just that.
Outstanding. And one final takeaway for our audience, if there's one thing you could share with the other business owners and entrepreneurs out there that they really should consider as part of their business success, their life success journey, what would that be?
I mean, I think one thing for sure, it's a lot of persistence and not giving up. I think there's always going to be challenges. You have ups and downs, you have weeks or months where things are super down. But when things are not working, you're, okay, why is it not working? Is my offer bad? Is my messaging bad? Am I reaching the wrong people? Right. So you have to understand sometimes you got to take 2 steps back before taking a step forward and just understanding what am I actually doing? And the same thing goes with AI, right? AI is there to help you, but understand that no one's going to replace you, right? AI can help you, but AI is not going to hop on a sales call and show your client value. They can get them on a call. That's going to be you. It's not going to be like a robot talk, right? So you have to understand, how do you connect with people? How can you give them value? And how can you help them as much as possible? And I think that for me is something super important.
Here's we'll call it a probing question, getting into this a little bit. As business owners are out there employing these new technologies, and I absolutely agree with you that they really must if they're going to survive, especially longer term. As they're employing these, one of the keys to business success is small incremental improvements every day. So when you consider small businesses and leveraging AI and that best practice of small incremental improvements every day, what would you suggest for our audience?
Yeah, I think it depends on your business. I mean, if you're B2B, AI can potentially help you with some outbound on LinkedIn, for example, or some emails, but AI might not bring as much value because people are not going to go like on your website and chat as much. Like if you're B2C, for sure, the chatbot can help the end consumer have a streamlined, easy checkout process for e-commerce. But I mean, I use AI, every day, right? So for example, ChatGPT can help me with checking my spelling and grammar, making sure that I don't miss anything. That's super critical when you're writing an email, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, it happens, right? So just double check, because you can't go back and edit an email. Just double, triple check. That's really critical. On top of that, if you're posting content for social media or you're creating some sort of content in general, like just think about like AI can give you some ideas. But AI might not be doing a good job doing all the work for you. People can tell, but just use it as a partner, collaborate with AI, right? And it can save you tons of time. So sometimes you might have to go and write up a contract, or AI can help you at least get the contract started. So use it to your advantage, but just make sure that you're working with it as a collaboration partner, right? You can't trust it at this point to do everything for you, but definitely can help guide you to improve and to be better and more efficient in your work every day.
Any final takeaways for our audience?
I think the final thing is I've seen many organizations and many folks that give up too easily. So really just being persistent is one of the most important things. Like I always talk about that persistence and just learning if something is stagnant, go back and understand why is it not working and going all in, right? For me, because my last company was not successful because I sort of did it like in a part-time way. I was working a full-time job. I didn't put as much time into it. So make sure that you're really fully committed and that you're understanding of how much value can I bring to people. And like I said, I mean, just definitely leveraging AI as much as possible. There's lots of great tools and great use cases there, and it's super important.
Thank you. I want to thank you all for joining us today with a special thanks to Dan Melnick for sharing his insights and success tactics. We hope you feel inspired and motivated to tackle entrepreneurial challenges with innovation and adaptability. Remember, success is personal. Define it for yourself. However, consider Dan's insights as you continue your journey to business and life success. Embrace change, seek growth, and adapt to the ever-evolving business landscape. Thanks again to Dan and all of our listeners, and we'll see you next time as we continue exploring entrepreneurial stories. Stay resilient, stay innovative, and have a wonderful day, everyone.